Hi everyone. Today we'll be discussing the LeetCode problem of the day, simple bank system. So here you've been tasked with writing a program for a popular bank that will automate all its incoming transactions. So you have three types of transactions: transfer, deposit, and withdraw. So the bank has n accounts which are numbered from 1 to n, and their initial balance of each account is stored in a zero indexed array balance. In that the I plus 1th account having the initial balance of I. So like if you have an array of size 3, 3, 4, and 1. So in the 0th index, the first person's uh, bank account's balance will be stored, and the second person's balance will be stored in the first index, and third will be stored in the second index. So that's what it's saying. The I plus 1 account will have the initial balance of I. So you have to execute all valid transactions. So a transaction is valid if the given account number is between 1 to n. So in this input, uh, he can give you any account number. So first you have to, it is valid only if the account number is ranging between 1 to n. And the amount of money withdrawn or transferred from is less than equal to the balance. So suppose you have $50 in your account and you want to withdraw 60, so this is invalid. Also there's a transfer method where you will transfer the balance from one account to other account. In that case also, if the transfer amount is greater than the balance you currently have, then also it's invalid. So you just have to implement the bank class, where this is where you just initialize the object. And in the transfer, you are given account 1, account 2, and money. So you have to transfer this money from account 1 to account 2 if everything is valid. That means if all the account numbers is valid, and also if they have sufficient balance. So after transforming, if it is valid, then you just have to return true if the transaction was successful. Otherwise, you return false. Similar to deposit, you're given account and money, so you just have to deposit this much money in this account. And same thing, if it is successful, return true, otherwise return false. And finally you have withdraw. So from you are given account number and money. So again, if you're able to withdraw it, then if the transaction is successful, return true, otherwise return false. So let's quickly look at the example. So initially we have n equal to 5 because the bank balance array size is 5. Let me just write it. 50, 30. And I'll also write the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first query is you have to withdraw from account number 3 and the amount is 10. So in the withdraw method, you have two parameters. One is account and the next is money. So you have to withdraw $10 from third account. So third account is present at index 2. So from index 2, the balance is 20. So from that you can withdraw 10. So 20 will become 10. And this is a successful transaction. So you will return true. And so withdraw is done. Now next you have transfer. So you have to transfer $20 from fifth account to first account. So this is the fifth account at index 4, and this is the first account at index 0. You have to transfer how much? $20 from here to here. So since you have balance 30, you can transfer it. So this becomes 10, and here 20 gets added. So this becomes 30. And this transaction was successful, so you just return true. And next you have a deposit. You have to deposit $20 in account number 5. So account number 5 is present at index 4. So 10 plus 50. How much you have to deposit? 20. 10 plus 20, $30. And again, you just have to return true because you are able to withdraw, deposit it. Next, you have a transfer request from account 3 to account 4, and you have to transfer $15. Mm, yeah. So account 3 is present at index 2, and account 4 is present at index 3. So from here to here, you need to transfer $15. But the account 3 has only $10, so this transaction is not valid. So you just return false, and the transaction doesn't happen. And finally, you have a withdraw. In that, account number is 10 and balance is 50. So here you only have 5 accounts, so account number 10 is invalid. So for this as well, you'll just return false. And the constraints, we have the n equal to balance length, which is the number of accounts, and that n is up to 10 power 5. And the balance of I and also the money is up to 10 power 12. So 10 power 12 doesn't fit in int. So that's why he have given the balance initially in a long variable. And also the money is mentioning in long. And at most 10 power 4 calls will be made to each of this function. So out of all these three functions, at most 10 power 4 calls will be made in total. Now let's go the approach. So the approach, we just have to simulate what each of the transaction is representing. So let's discuss the approach while writing the code. So initially for storing the balance, let's just create a array balance. And when we initialize this class, we are passed a balance. So we'll store this balance in our BAL. So we can say this dot bal equal to balance. We can just use the same name. Bal doesn't sound good. Yeah, so here we have initialized the balance. It's an array, so long. Now let's first go to the easiest one, which is deposit. So in this deposit, only check you have to do is whether the account is a valid account or not. So first we'll check for that. If let me check the constraints of account. Yeah, 1 is less than n. So account is at least 1. So we don't need to check for the negative case. So we only need to check if account is less than equal to balance dot length. Is less than equal to, then it's valid. So let's do the opposite case. So if account is greater than balance dot length, we can just return false. Otherwise, we'll just simply add this money in our account. So we can say balance of account -1 plus equal to money. We are doing account -1 because the array is 0 based indexing, but the accounts are given on 1 based indexing. So the fifth account will be found at the fourth index. So this is done. Similarly for withdraw as well. First, we need to check whether the account number is valid. And after that, once the account number is valid, we also need to check whether we have enough money to withdraw. So if if the balance is less than, money. So if balance is less than the money you want to withdraw, then just return false here as well. I think I forgot to return true here. So the transaction was successful. So you just have to return true. The return type is Boolean. So here also, if the balance is less than the amount you want to withdraw, then return false. And at the end, return true. And you also have to perform the withdraw operation. So I can just copy paste this. And since it's a withdraw, I'll subtract the money from this balance. Finally, we have to fill the transfer. For that, again, let's copy the account. First is account 1. If account 1 is greater than the balance length, or if the account 2 is greater than the balance length, we can return false. Now we are transferring from account 1 to account 2. So account 1 should have enough balance. So let's use this one. So balance of account 1, if it's less than the money, again you return false. If not, then first you have to subtract from account 1 and you have to add from account 2. So let me just copy this. We are subtracting from account 1 and the same money we will be adding to account 2. Account 2 plus equal to money. And since we have done the operation, we just return true. Yeah, let me test. Okay, submit. Yeah, it works. Finally, let's do the time and space complexity analysis. So first, for time complexity, we have 3 methods, and in each of the method we are just performing constant operations. We are not running any loop. So the time complexity of all these methods are order of 1. So we have the total time complexity order of 1. So the complexity of this class is order of 1, and we are making at most 10 power 4 calls. So at most this code will run for 10 power 4 times. But the class overall complexity is order of 1 only. And for space complexity, you are assigning, you're creating a array which is equal to the size of the balance. So we can say space complexity is order of n. I also have the code in Python if anyone wants to view it. I'll add it in the description as well. Let's catch up in the next video.